Before I start the video, this is what Dave Meltz had to say in his expert opinion on why Halloween Havoc did better numbers than AEW.
Real big increase with teenagers. I just think, the obviously more than anything, I think it's the name Halloween Havoc. I don't think it was like the matches themselves, because they built up big matches before, and they usually do well when they build up big matches. But not to that degree. They, just like, yeah. Look, NXT.
Maybe they would, I think maybe, well, kinda, sorta, they did this, oh, well, they did that. Moron. The obvious reason why they did better numbers was because people like going back and forth with the shows, right? They do it pretty much all the time. If they like something on one channel, they'll stay there. If they don't like something, if it's kind of they'll go see what the competition is doing and then say, oh, this is better. If you look at the Great American Bash, or if you look at the other specials that NXT's done at the same time, most of the time AEW had on superior stuff in the beginning. Sometimes they'll have like a big four and four match, or a 5-on-5 match to open the show, or really hot anticipated thing at the beginning of the show. Usually they start out hot on AEW, but this week they didn't. They started out with Wardlow versus Hangman in the beginning, and guess what? Everybody knew the results of that match. It was obvious. They did a horrible job with this, 8-man tournament or whatever, when we knew who the winner's going to be. So Hangman, you got a pay-per-view coming up there. The biggest possible match you can do in the tournament is Hangman, former partners against each other. So we all know who that was going to win that one. It didn't matter how good the match was. The results were obvious. Even if you did read spoilers or whatever, the results were obvious. So, and then you tune in to Halloween Havoc at the same time that match is on, and you see all this kind of crazy shit going on. You got Shotzi Blackheart starting up the show there, acting all crazy, and you got Spin the Wheel, Make a Deal, and you got these old school lighting effects or whatever with Damian Priest comes out there. It looks really cool. The fire effects. Johnny Gargano comes out the pumpkin, goes to pumpkin, and they start brawling all over the place there. You got smoke and mirrors. You got dabbing out the ring, rolling each other in pumpkin stuff there, using weapons like LED board stairs. It was crazy. And then you go to AEW, a regular match. You're going to stay on NXT right there. And then the Kevin Grimes thing was really cool, and the haunted house thing was really cool. Yeah, NXT was trying real hard to get you to see that right there. In fact, when I was watching Raw, I barely saw any NXT ads. Usually I do, but this week they didn't. But so if you're going back and forth between NXT and AEW, and you see how crazy the madness, the chaos that was happening on NXT at that time, which they rarely do, by the way, and that should be NXT's thing, but for some reason it isn't. They should be going crazy almost every week if they can. It's obvious from my perspective that they should try to do this kind of wacky, insane stuff as much as possible, because AEW more or less is pretty tame. This week they had a debate, and what other stuff they had on the show? An interview with the Young Bucks and FTR. Yeah, real entertaining there, real exciting there. And then you have around the same time you have I think you had Loomis, and you had, what's his name? The name I just said, Kevin Grimes. Yeah, at the same time. Yeah, you're gonna look at the crazy stuff there, zombies and mist and everything. Yeah, you're gonna look at that, a debate. Yeah, Jericho's there. That's cool, but it's a debate still. Town hall, whatever you want to call it. It was obviously a reference to Trump and Biden, obviously, especially with the red marker, the red arrow graph on the wall there, looking like a tie. Yeah, Jericho, we know who you support. So, yeah, it's obvious that NXT had a better show, a more entertaining show than AEW, and that got people to stay watching NXT rather than a average-ish AEW. That's the reason why. Dave, clack off.